Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll. Adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in starlight. Clocks obey her hand. Every stop's a promise in a far-off land. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rail, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. From laughter in the lounge car to the quiet after dark. Stories spark like engine flames, a signal in the arc. Gamers, dreamers, night shift souls all gather round the line. She keeps the train on schedule, but she bends the space of time. Steel and steam and silver bells, the rhythm never strays. Every mile of memory, every stop ablaze. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rails, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. When the world feels off the rails, when the signals all go red, she'll guide you through the switchyard of the things you never said. With a smile and a steady hand, she calls the night to heal, turning chaos into cadence, making moments feel real. Choo-choo, hear the heartbeat pound. Choo-choo, feel that gathered sound. Steel on steel and voices blend. Every ride feels like a friend. All aboard the Artist Express, past the doubt, past the stress. Conductor Savy leads the way. Another journey, another day. When the lights go low, the chat's a mess. You'll still find home on the Artist Express. So mind the gap and hold on tight. The rails fade out into the night. Same time, same track, don't be late. The conductor's calling, next stop, fate. Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll. Adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in starlight. Clocks obey her hand. Every stop's a promise in a far-off land. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rail, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. From laughter in the lounge car to the quiet after dark. Stories spark like engine flames, a signal in the arc. ablaze, all aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rails, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. When the world feels off the rails, when the signals all go red, she'll guide you through the switchyard of the things you never said. With a smile and a steady hand, she calls the night to heal, turning chaos into cadence, making moments feel real. Choo-choo, hear the heartbeat pound. Choo-choo, feel that gathered sound. Steel on steel and voices blend. Every ride feels like a friend. All aboard the Artist Express. Past the doubt, past the stress. Conductor Savy leads the way. Another journey, another day. When the lights go low, the chat's a mess. You'll still find home on the Artist Express. So mind the gap and hold on tight. The rails fade out into the night. Same time, same track, don't be late. The conductor's calling, next stop, fate. Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll. Adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in starlight. Clocks obey her hand. Every stop's a promise in a far-off land. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rail, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. From laughter in the lounge car to the quiet after dark, stories spark like engine flames, a signal in the arc. Gamers, dreamers, night shift souls all gather round the line. She keeps the train on schedule, but she bends the space of time. Steel and steam and silver bells, the rhythm never strays. Every mile of memory, every stop ablaze. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rails, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. When the world feels off the rails, when the signals all go red, she'll guide you through the switchyard of the things you never said. With a smile and a steady hand, she calls the night to heal, turning chaos into cadence, making moments feel real. Choo-choo, hear the heartbeat pound. Choo-choo, feel that gathered sound. Steel on steel and voices blend. Every ride feels like a friend. All aboard the Artist Express. Past the doubt, past the stress.
Conductor, drink.
The conductor's calling, next stop, fate.
Chat, I think some head pats are in order for our conductor.
Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll, adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in starlight, clocks obey her hand. Every stop's a promise in a far-off land. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rail, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. From laughter in the lounge car to the quiet after dark, stories spark like engine flames, a signal in the arc. Gamers, dreamers, night shift souls all gather round the line. She keeps the train on schedule, but she bends the space of time. Steel and steam and silver bells, the rhythm never strays. Every mile of memory, every stop ablaze. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rails, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. When the world feels off the rails, when the signals all go red, she'll guide you through the switchyard of the things you never said. With a smile and a steady hand, she calls the night to heal, turning chaos into cadence, making moments feel real. Choo choo, hear the heartbeat pound. Choo choo, feel that gathered sound. Steel on steel and voices blend. Every ride feels like a friend. All aboard the Artist Express, past the doubt, past the stress. Conductor Savy leads the way. Another journey, another day. When the lights go low, the chat's a mess. You'll still find home on the Artist Express. So mind the gap and hold on tight. The rails fade out into the night. Same time, same track, don't be late. The conductor's calling, next stop, fate. Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll, adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in stars.
Welcome aboard, everyone. I hope Rohania will be that so far. Also, Shuttle, what the fuck, man? You broke the TTF a little bit with that. Seriously, you put the TTS with that for me. I don't know what you did to it, but you gave it a seizure, that first one. So anyways, thank you for the full package as well. Now then, on to the hellos. Hello Beatrix, hello Donzo, hello Train Buff, hello Shadow, hello Victor! I think I got everyone in order of appearance. Let me take a quick look. Yeah, I think that's everyone in order of appearance. But yeah, hello everyone. And yes, Richter, that was a three-legged chocobo. Somehow, I don't know why, but it added a third leg. It added a third leg to it. I'm trying to get a sixth one, but keep on giving all sorts of different monstrosities. So we're just sticking with the one that I have already posted and such. All I told it to do was to just correct the eyes. To just correct the eyes and remove like one braid of hair. And instead it's giving me the chocobo like either like a mutated limb and mutations all over the place. Then I can't get it to be a proper chocobo for some reason. Like it just doesn't want to make proper chocobo now. Oh boy. Anyways, if anyone wants to see the image, it's an AI generated image, I'm not gonna lie. But this is the image that's gonna be blocking out the chat because the game updated. The prompt was looking at the chocobo in confusion as it rolled around. And for whatever reason, it gave it a third leg. Hello, hello. Okay, what? Why is it still the... Oh. There was pause, that's why. Looks like even you're like, what the fuck? Yeah, yeah, pretty much him. Anyways, we're gonna get to the game now. Let me just do a quick, let me get my model moved real fast. There we go. Phew, we are all geared up and ready to go. Yes, this is battle gear. Phew, we're all ready to go hunt a monster. Tonight, chat, our main goal is to just do one of the side things that was added with the Dawn Trail. Recently, Final Fantasy XIV did a second collaboration with the Monster Hunter franchise. Now, the first collaboration added the Rathalos to Final Fantasy XIV. We could get some reskin Bahamut gear. That's like just red in color. I don't think I have any of the gear on this character though. But not only was there like reskin gear, but you could also get like a barbecue spit and a Rathalos mount if you spent the time to farm it. Now with this collaboration, there's a lot more stuff that was added this time around. And we're gonna see what it is. Oh yeah, that's right, they also had a Palico available as well. So you know what, just for this stream, we're gonna have our little Palico out. Where is the Palico? I have the Palico here somewhere. What page are you on? Oops, oh, there it is. We gotta choose a little Palico to come with us. this is my first time doing the wallet stuff. On this game, yes. And from what I'm able to understand, the quest starts right here, over in Tolioli. But yeah, we've already done the Monster Hunter Road collab, which took place during the Stormblood expansion. And if I wanted to, I could still actually go do that trial. Where is it? Right here. The Great Hunt, as well as the extreme version of it. I think it's the extreme that has a chance to give them out. And if you don't get them out, you just gotta farm the skills. Funnily enough, the extreme version, compared to the other extremes in this game, is 4 players instead of the traditional 8 for that trial. Mini Omega? Yeah, there's a Mini Omega! Where was I? I must have passed it. I forget which page it was on. Yeah, right here. It's called the OMG. What I kind of look like in Azure Rathalos, which would be weird. Oh, the non-issue member. Oh no, they're both Rathalos. They're both Rathalos. Like if you want, I could show you if you want real fast. Yeah, let me just show you real fast, cause this one, yeah, it's the Rathalos. I don't know why it's like grayed out for this picture, and why for the other one is not. But they're both Rathalos. And with this particular trial, both the regular and the extreme version of it, they did try to have it mimic Monster Hunter mechanics at some point. So like, for example, the only way to heal during this trial, for example, is to use the potion that's granted. And the potion is themed after the Monster Hunter potions. Now, this is gonna be my first time with the Wilds version of the collab. I actually don't know what to expect. All I know is that the monster it added was the Arcveld. And apparently it added Sacreds too. Hello Foxy, how you doing? The White Wanderer. The Dawn Hunt Tracker has need of an intrepid adventurer. Well, if it isn't Savy, tell me, do you have a moment? Animal carcasses have been turning up one after the other over in Chaloni, and we've yet to figure out why. We were preparing to launch an investigation, but then we received this. Oh yeah, that's right. They also added music from Monster Hunter as well. Both this one and from the Wilds, no, not the Wilds, both this one, which is the Wilds, and the one from the Road collab, added music from both teams respectively. You're doing good, you lost a stream streak, but you're back to me. Oh. I'm sorry to hear that, Foxy, but it's no fret. If you miss a stream, you can always catch a VOD over on YouTube at Rumble. Because as soon as the stream ends, those streams become the VODs immediately. Also, Beatrix, I know you are an avid Monster Hunter fan, as well as Shadow. Take a look at this. They're using the Arcveld icon from the game. At least I'm pretty sure it's the Arcveld icon. A distinctive star to be sure, but undoubtedly a Markville. No less peculiar than the client who delivered it either. Too small for a Hatsuro, and yet too furry to be a Lalafell. Whatever this land they hailed from, I doubt I've ever heard of it. I feel like I've seen it built like this before. So you've handled a request like this previously. I'll be damned. Lately, there have been sightings of large beasts roaming near the plains. Oh, also, before I continue reading that, I'm happy that this quest actually has a callback to the other one. That choice probably wouldn't be there if I had not done the Stormblood version of the collabs. So if I had not done the Rathalos questline on this game, that option probably would not have been there. Lately, there have been sightings of a large beast roaming the plains, which we believe is responsible for the rash of carcasses. From what I've heard, it bears a striking resemblance to the creature depicted on this bill. You're gonna say something about that, actually? That's cool, that... Yeah! Yeah, I'm pretty sure if I had not done that, it would not have given me that option. To be frank, we'd all rest easier if the one who helped Sal Valagamanda were the one to take this on. Would you lend us your strength? I was yearning for a good hunt. This is the Warrior Lights vacation after all. Oh, I have a feeling you'll be one to remember. Now the client should have all the details you need to get started. No doubt they've been eagerly awaiting a skilled hunter to take on this task. They should be hanging around about the tavern in Hachua. I know. And who's Sadoi? I don't think I said that correct at all. I expect you'll have no trouble finding them. Also, just like the Monster Hunter Road collab, the unique quest flyers like that, themed just out for the game. Let's see, so now we gotta go over here to Shaloni. Which fun fact, by the way, chap? This particular region is modeled after the American Wild West. So we have both the, the various Wild Western towns, as well as some Native American settlements, kind of. And there's also the best thing here, too. Over in this spot right here, there's a train. There's a train in that spot. There's Monster Hunter. Yeah! Alright, you wanted to... Yeah. The fact that there's a question mark right there. The fuck, chocobo? Anyway, so Beatrix, let me know if this is the chocobo music that you were thinking of. Because I'm pretty sure it's this one, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I figured it was this one. An unfamiliar bird-like feature stands before you, vaguely reminiscent of a chocobo. That's actually a really good model for this game. Like, it almost looks like it's a direct one-to-one model port. It almost looks like that from what I remember of Sacred. Obviously, because the game engine is different, you're not gonna have like all the nice little subtle details like the much more furrier feathers, for example. But for this game, that's actually a pretty good. That's a pretty good port. funny thing about the chunk where we realized the sacred mode, since the still is sacred, the next beat for the shit will still makes it run on awful slips. Yeah, I would assume that basically it would be running like this, but with the head a little bit closer to the ground. At least that's what I'm assuming, and you'd probably see the wings moving as if they were arms, right? Damn it, there's another pelican. Have I met this one before? Yes, I'm the Syrian who put out the belt on the monster. Are you a hunter? You'd have to look at her again yourself once, so you look at the one time at Funny Mego. Don't you mean monster? Monster? What in the... Oh, I see. You met one of my kin before, haven't you? I hadn't realized that the Fulans had ventured to these parts. That's another good, nice callback right there. That's another nice callback to the previous cluster. There she is, me in the game. Yeah, funnily enough, my Final Fantasy XIV schedule suspiciously looks very close to my VTuber model. And it's completely unintentional too. Like, I'm actually serious. I made the Final Fantasy XIV character first, and then I bought this in a adoptable model that my model mama was selling. And I asked her to correct the or rather not to correct, but to change it that to better fit the idea of the character. And funnily enough, as I was having her add some of the other details, I kind of noticed that the Final Fantasy XIV character looks very close to my VTuber model. And it was completely unintentional too, because my model mama doesn't even play this game. She doesn't even play the game. So the fact that it was actually very close was actually quite surprising. So the funny thing about that, actually, there's one particular Falcon, and I don't know what the GU is. That doesn't think Captain and corrects himself to try to do so. Yeah, I don't know what monster at the game that is with the GU there. But putting that aside, I've been searching for a capable hunter to aid me in my quest. Can I count on your help? Generation's ultimate. Ah, okay. Wonderful. You don't seem to have a grand help for hunters in this land, so I was beginning to lose hope I'd find a new one. Actually, we kind of do, actually. We have a couple. Tulioli is one of them. That's actually probably the closest one that this feline would be most marvelous. There's also a Pakunaki officially named Neko. Oh wait, it's actually named Neko means cat. Wow. I'd better begin by telling you how I arrived here. Give me at least to a mark, you understand. mark in question, none other than the Guardian Archzone. The creature normally resides in the Forbidden Lands. My comrade and I were in the midst of investigating his territory when... a spire-like thing appeared as if out of nowhere. Before we could make heads or tails of what it was, a cocoon nearby burst open, and from it emerged a newborn Archzone. The two then began to clash in a fierce battle for supremacy. As the battle came to a head, the mysterious invader created a ring golem of light. Before we knew it, the Guardian had disappeared without a trace. Yeah, I call more specifically a Guardian Alpha. Yeah. I'm actually kind of happy and amused that this is referencing the Monster Hunter Wild side of the collab. Which I guess makes the Monster Hunter Wild side of the collab take place before the FinalFantasyXIV side of it. And then all before me turned white. When I came to, I found myself in this land of Terrell. Oddly enough, the invader spoke just moments before the flash. I think it said, program, loop upgrade. I have no idea what that means, but I'm guessing it has to do with why I'm here. I was searching for a way home with my companion when I learned that a Guardian Archzone was wreaking havoc nearby. I thought it best that I recruit a hunter to take it down before I could bring ruin to the wilds. Now that you're up to speed, I'd say you better get started. That's straight to Jintahad's arena. Jintahad, that's the giant, that's the first giant one you encounter in the story, right? I'm sure this goes without saying, but when tracking prey, it's important to know what signs to look for. Every creature leaves its own unique trail. Guardian Archzone's most distinctive traits are its white coat and scales, as well as the chain-like tendrils on its forelimbs, which it can extend and retract at will to bind its prey. If it doesn't slice you to pieces first. Yeah, and you fight a merit unlocked in this arena because you catch him plenty. Oh, wow! I did not know that. I know, I wasn't paying attention at the start, but I did watch most of you showing off the fight. Guardian Archzone's most distinctive traits are his white color. I already read that. Whatever ground the beast treads, it's certain to leave behind marks from dragging his tendrils. From what I've heard, it was sighted in an area north of here called Yatanane. Let's see if we can find signs of the passage. I'm regretfully unfamiliar with the monsters in these parts, so I hope you don't mind taking the lead in our search. I noticed there are quite a few people in this town carrying curious weapons. I took such folk for hunters at first, but it turned out they're members of a group that catches folks up to no good. The Death Watch, I think they're called. The hunters in my land are no strangers to capturing their quarry either. Well, we use shock or pitfall traps to immobilize the beast, and then unleash a barrage of trank bombs to put them to sleep. I happen to be an expert at laying traps, so I'd be happy to put my talents to use should any fugitive cross our path. That's a good reference to what the Algos do in Wilds. That's actually a really good reference, not gonna lie. He showed me the Savage version, which is the hardened version, but also the evolved version of Omega succeeding killing Scanius. Wait, so are you saying that he showed me the hard mode of the Savage? A heap of withered weeds. It bears an unmistakable resemblance to the plant matter found on tumbleclaws native to the region. I gather these dread weeds were left behind by a monster that uses them to camouflage itself. They certainly bear no connection to Artfield. In the Forbidden Lands, there are creatures called Mimicida that also mimic Zars to hide from predators. Did I say that correctly, Mimicida? It's just not the same fate, but with the added ice blues that... okay. Yeah, so like, one thing... that's one of Omega's abilities, actually. Like, lore-wise as well, especially because in Final Fantasy XIV, Omega's lore is that he's constantly trying to improve himself. It's constantly trying to improve itself, so it takes really tough enemies that it encounters and manages to defeat, and then it basically augments itself to better fight that type of enemy in the future. And if not augment itself to go after that type of enemy again, then it will actually augment itself to be able to use that thing's more effective stuff on other prey. Granted, there's only one prey that Omega was chasing that ever got away. I remember this one time. Some hunters disguised themselves with headwear in the splitting image of a Mimicida. I'm not pulling your tail when I tell you it was impossible to distinguish them from the real thing. But in any case, I don't see signs of Artfield here. Let's keep looking. Then let's get wings off that elk. You know, it's kind of fitting that they started the Monster Hunter collab over here, because the starting area in Wilds is also a desert. Now, granted, it's more of a dry desert compared to this one. The original fight with Omega, there was a cutscene where you catch him fighting Jin, and you believe you distract him like that, and Jin was like, "No, I don't have time for this." Okay, so the original story is you interrupted the fight, and the monster took the chance to escape, leaving Omega with you. As I understand it, sandstorms sometimes seep across these plains. Is that right? The Forbidden Lands similarly have a tumultuous climate, the environment shifting greatly with the change of season. In the fallow period, the land grows barren, so much as fight over what limited food they can find. And come the intense weather conditions of the inclemency period, apex predators begin to emerge, making it a very precarious time. But after that comes the period of plenty, when flora and fauna flourish in abundance. No matter the season, there's always something new to discover, bringing fresh excitement with each expedition. And that's a reference to the weather system in Wilds. Or rather, the weather and season system in Wilds. And then the sandwich in the opening cutscene is a mega funny dead Jin and Scanton. Okay. Pungent sticky substance adheres to these clumps of yellow hair, driven by the look of fauna. These are likely the remains of a sunbeard, gorged upon by a grassland worm. Not sure what left this behind, but Artfield has white fur, not yellow. Come to think of it, our guardians have a white coat. Even the guardian variant of Rathalos, Prince and King of the Skies, is clad in white. At least that's what I've heard. But that is neither here nor there. We should get back to our survey. Am I missing the chats from YouTube? No, I'm not. Okay. I thought I may have been missing a chat or two. And don't worry, chat. Yes, I am in perfectly good hunting gear. It is an animal after all. It's perfectly good hunting gear. I promise. The marking on the ground suggests something massive was dragged across it, with armor-like scales strewn about the area. These scales, I'm certain they came from guarding Arcfield. To think it came so close to a settlement. Thankfully it turned away, but there's nothing stopping it from coming back. We need to find its lair before anyone gets hurt. With everything that we found, I believe we have what we need to locate our prey. Before to give proper chase, we should call on my comrade resting back in town. Could I trouble you to gather a few samples before we go? My feathered friend here is called a secret. Not only does it make for a reliable mount, but it can also carry all the essentials for a hunt thanks to its sturdy build. And if not all, it can even memorize the monster's scent and track it down. Try letting it smell what you gathered. Look like it's picked up the scent. Now it can guide us to Arcfield. There's no time to waste. If you would mount the sacred and scout out the location of our mark, I'll see to preparations for the hunt. Here, take this link pearl contraption. Managed to barter for it after exchanging a few things with the child and merchant. With this, we should be able to stay in contact even when we're apart. Now then, you need only trust in the sacred to guide you. I'm sure you'll find Arcfield in no time. It's already stuffing it out. Now, one of the other things that I've kind of noticed with this, because I am at least familiar with a small, decent amount of wilds. The fact that it started in this area, which is basically a nice callback to Wild's start location being desert. The apex predator in that starting area is a lightning-infused monster. And we have a dome of lightning right over there in the ridge. Of course, on the inside of that dome is part of another railroad, but still. This sacred grunts cheerfully. It seems eager for you to climb onto its back. Yeah, I forget the name of that monster that's lightning infused at the start, though. Yeah, right now. Hello, are you there? Oh, good, I can see you. This thing pearl's a true gem. And yeah, we don't have a radar here. Though Artful lay dormant within his cocoon for a long time, guardians are said to awaken when they sense a powerful presence nearby. He may have turned back after approaching the settlements because something even stronger drew his attention. The stormy dome in the distance marks a land dominated by fierce lightning storms, right? I sure hope that's not where Artfield was headed. Oh, are we going to the train station? What? You found the remains of a monster? Quick, examine the corpse and see if there are any signs of it was preyed upon. But yeah, there's no radar in this on the side of the collab. But inside the lighting dome is part of another world that got teleported onto the sorcerer. And that world was flooded with lightning energy. The beast has breathed its last. You see no bite marks on its body, suggesting the creature may not have been attacked as an act of predation. Isn't that what the Guardian Artful did as well? It killed for sport? I expect as much from a Guardian. You see, unlike the average monster, they have no need to eat their prey. I think Artfield may be fixated on the energies in this place and killing any of the monsters that get in his way. It sounds like a Terrell vigil. Interesting. I didn't realize such creatures existed in this land. The world truly is full of limitless wonders. Guardians are a little different, but a creature getting immense strength from an extraordinary long life puts me in mind of tempered monsters. Very powerful creatures where I'm from. Oh, something happened. What the hell is it fighting? What? That sounds like a terraform. Clearly, Artfield's been on edge since they arrived here. I bet it's lashing out at anything if there's a threat. The dude that threatened you the whole time was like, it just wants to live. Can you see that? And the whole time you're like, that thing is murdering everything in its path because it, yeah. Yeah, I think I played up until you completed the initial story. Like, I think I'm pretty sure I played up to the completion of the first credit scene. And then started the long grind to raise the monster hunt, to raise our rank up. I think I'm like rank 9 or something. But because that game needs so much GPU though. And the fact that I can only play it on the lowest settings, and even then I had vicious play it with my setup. Oh, I'm like 20 damn, it's been a long time since I played. It's been so long that I don't even remember what rank it was, okay. Okay, so what is this Artfield fighting? Because I don't think I recognize that monster. At this rate, it's going to throw the whole ecosystem out of balance. We have to stop it, but how? Duh, that's my name when trying to find someone else's name and shit. Oh, hey. I like that. Try taking out a pot in the patch on the secret. Oh no, you found the right one if it makes your nose wrinkle. Okay, so what was this Artfield fighting? It's called a dump pod, and as you undoubtedly noticed, it possesses a frightfully fetid smell. Whether it's a single monster or even a horde, A well-positioned throw would send even the most rabid beast packing. It has no effect on Guardians, but the sense should be unbearable for whatever Arcboat's fighting. Throw with everything that you've got. What the hell is it fighting? I don't recall this beast at all. It has to be from a dungeon that I've done. Alright, so my character's about to go on a line, yeah, it's actually about to transfer out. Oh, it's mad. That's what Jamie like, what the fuck did he just do? Heartfelt slit as well? Huh, perhaps it perceived you two as a threat and returned to its den to recover its strength. Well, I'm sure you've done to give chase. I'd like to regroup first. Stay put for just a moment. I'll be there in 2 shakes of Varthalos' tail. Who's trying to be the better man in his feet? I'm pretty sure if this was supposed to have happened on Monster Hunter Bogs, it would have just started fighting me right there. Judging by the sacred scowl and posturing, it's eager to resume the hunt. As the turf war continued, it may have reached nearby settlements. Thank goodness the gunpowder wrecked it as well as it did. Blackfield's lair appears to be further ahead. I expect it's recuperating from its battle and won't be emerging anytime soon. While you were searching for the Guardian, I took it upon myself to put together a camping kit. That set up shop near Arkfield's lair and prepare for the grueling hunt before us. Proceed to set up camp and make final preparations. Yes, let's see this camp. Let's see this camp. Oh, look at that, nice little calico tent. Can we go inside? Oh no, they can't. We can look inside though. Let's take a look at this area as well. Let's see. Oh, I think this is from a dungeon that I've actually did. Like, at least part of it. Yeah, I think it's from, like, the start of which dungeon was it? Was it this one? No. Tender Valley is this one. The Windward Wilds, okay? So I'm pretty sure it's like the start of Tender Valley, or... The Sacred is on alert, ready to act at a moment's notice. Come, make yourself at home. No need to worry about any pesky monsters. I've already checked the area and we're perfectly safe. First things first, we feast. We should never hunt on an empty stomach, as we hunters say. I managed to gather everything that we need to have ourselves a barbecue, so let's get to grilling. It's such a Monster Hunter animation. It's such a Monster Hunter animation. If you guys want to see more animations like that, just go play Monster Hunter. They have some really exaggerated, fun animations like that. Yeah, delicious. Now with your appetite sated and spirits soaring, I bet you could take on even the mightiest of monsters. Here, take his mega potions as well. They'll come in handy during the hunt. Hi, Peaches. I see you decided to come in. It's a special blend of potions distributed by the Hunters Guild, mixed with fresh honey harvested by yours truly. Thankfully, we were in a period of plenty just before I was transported here. At that, I think you're all set. Allow me to formally make a request. Please hunt Guardian Arkville and protect the life on these claims. Okay, so we have the normal difficulty of this available now. And it looks like it's looking like it's going to reduce our healing ability as well. It looks like it anyways. Oh, we have 2 Reapers right there. Blackfoot is a formidable monster, but so is the cheap heart. I know you'll prevail. Dimitri, we can see it again. That is such a Monster Hunter animation. It's almost a 1-to-1, I think, from the Monster Hunter Wilds for this one. Anyways, chat, I'm gonna be right back. We also have ads coming up on the Twitch side, so I'm actually going to wait for those ads to go away before we do the Arkfold hunt. But before that, I gotta be right back because I gotta go use the bathroom. So be right back, everyone. I have returned. So yeah, we still gotta wait for those ads to go away. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna do some side stuff. Just gonna do some side stuff while we wait for the ads to go away. Because one of the people that I wanted to show this side of the month of the collab with is over here. Hello, Mike, how you doing? And thank you for the like, I appreciate it. I hope you've been having a wonderful night. I wonder if I had seen that other snake monster before. Because I don't think it was in Tender Valley. I cannot recall that monster, to be honest. Alright. So the head just started over on the clutch. Here's the train. Knowing the main story quests for this game, we turned this train into a missile. And it was heading straight for the home. That was sad, but also fun at the same time. Now let's see, I think those wilds are, It's okay, it's not as tough as Helen Rose. So we shouldn't have too much of a problem with it. Yeah, we shouldn't have too much of a problem. I would like to figure out what that monster was that the thing was fighting. What was it? Must came at 7.3. Yes, it did. Okay, let's see. The turn. And the serpent lord to crown. Okay. Okay, so basically, the Admiral was fighting a Vidril. That's exactly what it was doing. Interesting. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so it's one of those. Okay. So that's why I didn't recognize that monster I was fighting. That just in time? Awesome. So I did a little bit of look up to what that serpent was that the Artful was fighting. And the reason why I never recognized it is because I've never seen it before, but it does spawn as a fate boss. And specifically, it spawns over here. So it's a road fate boss. Interesting. And in order for it to spawn, I gotta complete some other ones. I gotta complete some other fates first. And then once those fates are complete, I should then be able to participate in that one over there. Anyways, that's supposed to be. Now that we are ready. I don't know what to expect with this. I don't know if they're putting in lots of the mechanics or not. I know they try to do that with the Rathalos. But I heard that for this one, it's more of a traditional trial fight. That's what I heard. And I don't know if that's true or not. Okay, so the mega portions this time around are apparently optional to use. So yeah, it's gonna be more of a traditional trial then. Okay. Oh, let's see how this fight is. Come on. on, DPS. I wonder if the extreme will be the one that has the most right mechanics then. Oh, come on. Not even the extreme is 8 man, okay. Come on, DPS. Thank you, let's see this. As I can choose this little child, it's gotta watch his animations and such. Okay, I'll learn something. I gotta be a bit more careful because I got people in for me. Like that floor. What is it doing? I learned that's wider than it actually is. Ah, shit. I think when it does the one where it does the 3 dashes and then the jump, I should just stay on top of it after it does the 3 dashes, kind of. I got my phone, girl. Never mind, I got one. Yeah, I got lots of bones, but I stay near it on that one. I would definitely have to say this is more of a traditional Final Fantasy XIV show. I would say more of a traditional, I mean like more of the traditional what they've been working with. Wait, Crystal with Helen. It's about to die. There we go. So yeah, it's not using multi mechanics like the other one did. It's pretty much more of a traditional trial with this one. More of a traditional one. You guys can't see it, but there's a scale on this crown that there's loose. Everything on top of it, look at that! No, and not compared to how Monster Hunter Rise plays. It's gonna be a completely different experience. It's a much different experience between the two games. You did it! You defeated Agville! Now these plains will know peace once more! There's things to you that... oh wait, no. Now we need to find a way to get you home! I nearly forgot! I'm not entirely sure how I'll make it back to the Forbidden Land, so I'll admit. And yet, I don't feel awfully anxious about it. It's odd seeing it sit in school for long periods of time. Yeah, like as I said, and this one seems to be more of a traditional Final Fantasy trial in this case. So I'm gonna have to assume that for the collaboration, they pretty much made it so that each game offers its own mechanics onto their respective encounters. So like what you fought for Omega, for example, is basically Omega from more of an action RPG. Meanwhile, as you see, the original Omega fight was kind of similar to how this was. And then for the art film in this one, they made it more of a traditional trial boss. Now for the context of Final Fantasy XIV, that is actually a tough fight. That's a tough fight given the mechanics of Final Fantasy XIV alone. Because with some of those tales, you have to look at what the monster is doing, as well as if there's any like glows on the ground. I know some of those glows seemed a bit obvious, but with how fast that they were coming, that's where the difficulty comes from for this game at the moment. It's not every day you get spirited away to a vast continent like this, you know? I'd like to see the sights and speak with the people. I'll find a way back in the course of that, I'm sure of it. I wouldn't mind learning more about the myriad monsters and resources here either. I'll see where the winds take me and fill up my field guide as I go along. Who knows, by the time I make it home, I may have sold the whole thing. Do you think it'd be a worthy adventure by then? The sacred cases of the surroundings with interest. He ought to inform the Donhut folk in Toyowi that we succeeded in our hunt. Well, I guess I'm heading back to Toyowi then. Yeah, see, that was a rough Bayside Bevy. Is there an extreme person now? There will be in just a moment. Or at least I'll have it available in just a moment. Unfortunately, because it's gonna be current conflict extreme, I kinda need a pre-made team for it. Yeah, so the hunt was a success. Well done indeed. Perhaps now life can return to normal for the fauna of Shaloni. By the way, we caught some skills from Arkville Tide. Would you be able to craft anything with them? It'd be an awful waste to leave them as only a souvenir. Well now, this is a rare find. If you speak with the smithy here, I'm sure he could fashion armor with it, or at the very least exchange it for other wares. Be sure to drop by again should you find any other noteworthy materials. What we see here, my friend. Already finished feeding? My, would you look at that? It seems a bit grown fond of you. If you're not opposed, why not take him along with you on your adventures? HP, you can ask for a better companion. But that settled, I believe it's time I was getting on my own adventure. Thanks for everything, Savy. Maybe meet again someday. The sacred is massive compared to the ones in the wilds. Well, one thing you need to keep in mind with this game, I am the smallest size aura. Like my aura is the smallest in height. That she's as small as I was able to make her. If I was a lava phone, this secret would be gigantic. Even if well, I guess compared to him, yeah, it is pretty big, ain't it? Hey, let's see, we got a hunter camp chair for outdoor functions, nice. Yeah, another head grill. And we got a sacred horn. The hunt has only just begun. Even further rewards by facing Conductor in the wild is extreme, which may be unlocked by speaking with the warming Mistral and Tulioli. And then at this point, it's basically just a copy of the Vertellus, just with a different thing. Let's see, what can we get here? The Feeling Support Team card. Dining in certificates. That must be the totem for the extreme then. Let's see. 3 for a sacred hatchling. 3 for a vigor wasp. We could get an umbrella. A thing for our adventure frame. Or adventure play, whatever you want to call it. We got 3, 4, 5 music spells that we could get. Huh. Not gonna lie, I like the middle one better. Yeah, they actually ported over one of the armor sets. That's actually pretty nice. That's pretty nice. They actually ported over an armor set this time. Oh, the skirt for that one, okay. Let's see, then we got some furnishings. We can get a pop-up chant to put in our outside our home. We can get the... Oh, that's cool. We can get a little powerful servant. That's 4, 8, 12. I gotta fight the Guardian Arcfold at least 8 times. If I want to get one of these to replace my my vending machine. Let's see, and each flight height I'm assuming is going to be 2. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So I gotta fight it 14 times to get all the armor. So that's 14 plus 8, that's already 22 I think. Then 1, 2, 4, 7, 32 times to get the minions, the music strolls, and the adventure plate stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna flood it a shit ton of times just to get everything. Can I see how this looks? No, I can't. Okay. And what was this other one here? It was a building weapon enhancement. Oh, this comes from the extreme, okay. Oh, the shield is a head, nice! Oh, the spear is a halberd of sorts, okay. I wonder how many of these are basically direct ports. No, that shit looks pretty cool. Did they turn the hammer into the staff? Okay. Okay. You didn't like all the variations there? Yeah. So apparently, I'm gonna have to fight it a shit ton of times if I want to get all of these weapons. If I want to get all of them, I'm gonna have to fight a lot of. I'm gonna have to fight it quite a bit. Though I'm sure some of these are probably direct ports from the game. Like for example, I think like this could have been like the Great Axe maybe. I'm pretty sure this is definitely from in the game though. If you had ports, you would help. Well, just as a comparison, let's go over to Pagani, because that's where the other one was. I don't think this one has weapons. Oh, I got a weapon here. Is it an upgrade over what I have? Hey, look at that! I got an upgrade! Okay, that's not where I want to go. Okay, so this is where the other Monster Hunter collab was. And yeah, you just got armor pretty much. I don't even think it's the actual Rathelus gear though. No, that's recolored Bahamut stuff. Yeah, that's recolored Bahamut stuff. Is there too much off the show with the collab rather than the extreme fight? That's pretty much all I have left to really show. There's another mount apparently that I don't have access to because I don't have enough resources to get it. What was I working on here? Okay, I guess we could go to this one. And because I want to see the sacred, we're gonna ride to it. I need to get more mounts. Debate summon for D&D? Okay. Wanna hang out and see? Nia. Okay, so it does have some Monster Hunter Wilds music to it. That's pretty nice. I bet you the Sacred here could do something nothing that the Wilds version can. And that thing is flying. have a good rest of the stream. Thank you for dropping by Beach Exam. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed. You liked it? Awesome. But yeah, have a fun time at D&D, alright? And again, thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. Where the hell is Matsuya? Oh, he's down here. Oh, it's passing, okay. Oh, you must be Savy. Have the Greeners sent you here? There we go. You have no idea how relieved I am that you've come. As you may, I guess I am possessed. Son. I work as an alchemist here at the Great Work, and Matsuya is one of my oldest and dearest friends. This is a problem which has proven quite difficult to unravel. Nevertheless, he is loath to ask you for help. And so I took it upon myself to reach out to you without his knowledge, for both his sake and the sake of the little one. And the little one that fate has brought into our lives. A little one? I'll be alone soon to sell his most recent catch, which should prove the perfect opportunity to convince him that we require your aid. Let me try to catch his attention if you wait outside. Follow me, Savy. Was this your other annual request? Because the level on it is 90. Is that Savy? Why, I didn't know you and Pasta-san were acquainted. Master Matsuya, who is this mighty hunter? Her arms are thick, mighty roots, unlike Pasta-san's lips. Seaweed runs so triple in the sun. Wait, the bird is talking? It's a soup. Oh, what that bird called? Was it? Is that a puffin? Is that a puffin? I would have you know that I am an alchemist by trade. I work on my mind, not my body. And need I remind you, it was my knowledge which allowed me to nurse you back to health. Surely a little respect isn't too much to ask. But a look on your face, I take it you understood Kalika's commentary. This is the little one I mentioned to you before. In spite of his forthright nature, Matsuya and I have become quite taken with him. I apologize for contacting Savy without consulting you beforehand. I know you didn't want to burden her with these troubles, but I'm afraid I see no other resource. Recourse, my bad. Well, since you come all this way, I suppose it would be foolish of me not to tell you everything. That is, of course, if you would like to hear it. No, it wouldn't be the first talking bird. Very well. Several days ago, I found this tiny bird on the shore, breathing faintly and unconscious. Pasta-san and I took him in and watched over him day and night, unsure if he would ever awake. For mercy he did, and then, to our surprise, he spoke. Go to the Southern Isles. What the hells are these, you may wonder? Kalika, would you explain? Certainly, Master Matsuya. Your wish is my command. The South Sea Isles, I believe, are called the kind. I believe you're called kind and well. Go out to turntables. I believe your kind called them. Remote and mysterious, they said. I hail from there, from London and the West, in the name of Aloalo. It was home to people thousands of years ago, of whom now no trace remains, save for a grand shrine and the great statue of the speaker enshrined within. The statue was embedded with a glorious gemstone which bestowed vitality and beauty to the island. Nowhere else did nature thrive so. Long after the builders vanished, others would cross the sea to bask in this bounty. However, a century ago, from an ocean deep rolling in flames burst forth, forcing the residents of Aloalo to flee. And so the animals who no longer had to fear the hunter's arrows laid claim to the island's gifts. Deep rolling flames, huh? As Aloalo healed, ravenous beasts grew plentiful, and the rivers became choked with fish. They breed and feast unchecked, and not even the speaker's blessings can forestall the island's gradual descent into a barren waste. As the speaker's servant, it felt in me to go forth and save my dear home. So I rode the waves upon a floating coconut in search of a mighty hunter. A coconut. Although the ocean could have swallowed me whole at any moment, I looked to the horizon without fear. I had faith that the speaker would guide me true, and I was right. Master Matsuya is the very hunter who will save Aloalo. You see now the source of my distress. The very thought of facing ravenous beasts makes my chest shiver in fear. But you could be the hunter our little friend seeks, and sate your hunger for exploration besides. Admittedly, I did not ask because I thought such a trifling task would be beneath you. But... oh, you had me at Grand Shrine. If you are as accomplished as Master Matsuya says, I would welcome you to Aloalo with open wings. There is one catch, however. Master Matsuya must come, you see. The speaker guided me to his embrace, and that is a sign I cannot ignore. I have ever had a soft spot for small, defenseless creatures, and while I am no man of action, I possess knowledge of the salt seeds which may put one in your cells, as a word. Many of the fish native to the isle are prized for their rare properties, and would make a fine gift for any alchemist. Then Hado would be most impressed if you were to brave unknown waters and bring her a few. A gift for Nahada? Yes, although I'll go and find the plumpest fish I can find. As for you, Savy, it seems I must burden you with my troubles after all. I know it's a lot to ask, but please, travel with me to Aloalo Island. Master Matsuya, you wear resolve well. Every moment I become more certain of your success. The little depart before this swell of courage recedes. Aloalo is south from here, as the albatross flies. You will know it by the unusual lush canopy. No, Kalka, you must stay here. The wounds you suffered have yet to heal. Oh, Rather presumptuous of you to command me thus, but you're right. I can scarcely lift my wings for the pain. Fear not, your instructions were more than clear enough to guide Savy and Massia to a no island. Since I can't accompany you, I'll see to the commissioning of a vessel for your voyage. Once you're ready to depart, let us rendezvous at, God damn it. Yedlinad, there we go. I'm becoming pretty tank here. You know, Chad, maybe I should just end the stream tonight with a mock Forky Peggy. Okay, so we got a Lalafell, a Ruggerden, and I think that was a Mikotai. Yep. Did you hear that, Zone? A jolt bigger than you, just waiting for someone to sail to the island and give it a new home. Jensen made out every little bit, Jamil. Jamai, there we go. Well, I got the salient points. Treasure in the South Sea Isles, right for the plucking eye. Since you were onto something with this well-checkable chase, Vosperin. Or is that Blazeburn? Rumors of odd riches really pay off this well. Aye, but that lot might be after the same thing. Would be in for some competition. Don't need to get your small cousin a toast over one fisherman and his hired to help. These ears aren't just for show, you know. I heard them spell the exact location. The score smells bigger than the Millvan's Gate 1. I wager it will be richer than King's. The idea in order to we're commandeering the first gift we lay eyes on. Okay, so we have some unofficial competition that seem to be wanting treasure, and honestly, given what we've been told, that's fine. Because it sounds like the bird wants us to just do some hunting, basically. To do some hunting and help the ecosystem get balanced. At least that's what it sounded like to me. Oh, we've been on for 2 hours. Hey chat, so I do want to ask you guys something. What would you guys say to a gender bend of my character? I don't know why I didn't really think of it before, but I'll pull and add them to all. I'll just repeat this on once those end. But for those that could hear me though, what do you guys think about me having a gender bend? Main reason why is, as I was playing Diablo 4 recently, I really miss talking to you guys. Like, yeah, using the text is all good and all that, but having to stop just to type just kind of like interrupts the flow. There's no way I could do it with my full VTuber sub, so it would be done with a PNG for sure. And for games that require a lot of GPU stuff, like Diablo 4 for example, I'm considering maybe doing a gender venom, which you guys will actually hear my voice. And I mean like my actual voice, not what you're hearing right now. Let me know what you guys think down below, please. And if you're watching on a platform that doesn't have comments available, still, let me know. I'm gonna be putting this question onto the Discord community as well after the stream. Anyways, let me back up. I gotta use the bathroom. I'm gonna assume that when I get back, the ad should be over. And then I'll repeat it. So we'll be back, everyone. Okay, I returned. Anyway, so for those that got caught in the ads, you may have not heard my question that I just gave you guys. But for those on the Twitch side, because this is gonna be for those that got affected the most there. Also, why the hell do I have the view over there? I'm not even streaming over there, am I? Yeah, I'm not even live over there. But I'm live over on Twitch though. Oh yeah, so for those of you that are on Twitch, you guys may have not heard the question that I just gave you guys. But for those on Twitch, what do you guys think about a gender bend in myself? Same character, just with my actual voice and a no appearance. Main reason why I'm asking is when I was playing Diablo 4, I honestly miss being able to talk with you guys. And just having to stop just to type out what's going on and give the little lore facts and such. Well, that kind of is interrupting the flow, basically. So I want to know what you guys would think about having a gender bend myself that would be present during the, whenever we do games that require a lot of GPU like Diablo 4. And this would only be for the games where my setup cannot cover the GPU split. I'll give like Diablo 4, maybe even Monster Hunter Wilds at the low settings. But yeah, let me know. And for those watching on YouTube or Rumble, just leave a comment. Leave a comment on what you think. There's any feedback would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to be putting this question on the Discord too after the stream. Anyways, I think this is a variant dungeon now that I done through a bit of this questline. Oh, cool to have been entrusted with this sacred duty, yet forced away and pray for another success. Yeah, I think that's a puffin. There you are. Did you spy the commotion on your way here? It seems a trio of masked scoundrels absconded with one of the smaller ships. The Radiant host is attempting to track them down. But the sea is vast and the thieves long gone. Little Skip thinks that they did not choose our vessel. Ah yes, Matsuya wanted me to tell you that he has returned to Hagiali to wrap up some loose ends with his work while you make ready to depart. Now that you've arrived, I shall send word. Calico and I may be staying behind, but that doesn't mean that we can't make ourselves useful. You've given the skipper directions to a low island, and she is confident that she can deliver you there without issue. The rest depends on you, my friend. Okay, so that is 3 different variant dungeons now. Let's see, so I look here, and I want the DPS one here. I think the last variant dungeon I did with that one, and that was kind of a shit attack. Yeah, this should be fine. Let's see how this variant dungeon is. It's my first time doing it, so. This music is really peaceful. Look, dude, pass forward, wishing to retake. They were up to me. Okay, so yeah, just like with the other ones, we're gonna do the ones that the NPC suggests. I can hear some of the island vacation music with that. This one, a big cave. get some thunder bias, huh? Yeah, this music is really peaceful. Like I could fall asleep to this music. It's that kind of peaceful. Is that a metal cell? Recalca said that the people of this island had Saglamiga. Clear too, and I must be on the right track. If this holds into you, I'll go on ahead. I'm keeping my pet company in the meantime. Well, look at that cool looking pet. I could stop it, I guess not. I would assume... Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, I got hit by a bone. Damn. I wanna say I wanna be over here. Yeah. What's in the chest? The potsherd. There's a ruined ship over there, looks like. Oh, look at Rainbow! It's always for Sunday. Oh, we got a choice here, I guess. What is in the water, Matsuya? Hours later. Oh, this is doing a ferry for a flight. A sudden rain. It's gonna be nighttime, isn't it? Oh, we just got something really instantly. Okay. Those are big fish. Big fish of anglerfish, what the hell? Out of curiosity, is there any place in the world where anglerfish are actually close to the surface like that? Well, that's a big net though. Oh, got too much else here. And a flying miniature whale, okay. Soul Kasatsi Kataduke. Oh, that's right, wasn't there a new berry cousin added with this dungeon? What the spring pickles do? I had to have to hide behind them, or I gotta hide away from them? Okay. But I go for 1.5, okay. That doesn't fit right. Okay. Okay, so the round ones are... Oh! Okay. Okay, so as soon as I get that auto, I gotta immediately run. okay. Let's see, that went 3 over, so I should be good right here, I think. I wouldn't say I would use a think poker if I was on a class that wasn't think. Oh, I haven't done that one the other way in a while. But I'm doing the far one first. There we get its card. Nice. Let's see, is anything special gonna happen? What did you get? Hey chef, for those of you that are fisher. For those that like fishing, what kind of fish is this? Well, I don't know what it is. Welcome back, Savy. Your journey to the island has left you none the worse for wear. I am pleased to see. Well, I cannot wait to hear the full account. I'm sure you wish to take your ease after such a trying expedition. Lazio has gone ahead to find a place where we can sit and converse in peace. Let us go to him. I want to know what the store is that I could use for these. Now that we're all comfortable, pray tell us of your experiences on Alolo. There was danger and there is danger and death around every corner. Though that rather grim aspect was mitigated somewhat by the incredible beauty. The waters surrounding the isle were teeming with fish. My peers might find this bounty tempting, but the number of wrecks on a low shore made plain the great risk inherent in pursuing it. The shallows are not so different from those of Davnir. Like a courageous skipper, I am sure your friends would be better suited than most to brave a low's water. It was a journey full of twists, turns, and fish besides. I'm glad I was compelled to embark on it with Savy, but gladder still to be home. But I trust you understand this was but the first of many, yes? A single hut will not suffice to keep Alolo's many predators in check. Do not forget its waters are teeming with fish rare and remarkable, all of which would make fine gifts for your dear Nadana. So please, you must come with me that this expedition will not be your last. Yes, of course, but I wouldn't dare brave Alolo alone. Davia, I hate to impose you further, but I would be most grateful to have your resolute company again, for Calico and Hana both. Thank you. It's like your appetite for adventure will be sated. I don't mind, mine own will be 1,000 times over. I only hope other treasure hunters haven't caught wind of the island's many curiosities. Those ruffians we faced and the wooden beast they set upon us were a complication I'd rather not contend with again. The people in Alolo? How odd. To say nothing of this wooden beast to command such concert requires an intimate knowledge of Arcanima. Perhaps these deeds you encountered were a step above common riffraff. Perhaps they lurked in shadows as I spoke curiously of Alolo's secrets. Don't shift from before. I'll report this to the raiding host just in case Calico's hunch is correct. Thank you, Puffle-san. Whoever they are, they must see them in their chains before they defile my home again. Oh, if only my wings are healed, I would give them a buffeting they would not soon forget. Now, enough talk of adventure. I'd best get this fish tin in Hana before it spoils. Thank you, Savy, for everything, especially for keeping Matsuya safe. For my part, I must write down your tale before it fades from my memory. Who knows, my records may prove useful when next you visit Alolo Island. I take it you'll be returning to Old Charlian soon. When you do, please give Charlotte my regards. Okay, I guess to Old Charlian then. Also, since I did the main thing that I was wanting to do tonight, I think we're probably gonna call it early tonight as well. Oh, I wonder, do we have... Is there any hairstyles in this game that's a braid? A braid done over the shoulder, preferably. I don't recall any on what's available by default. Should we cleanse? I trust this means Pasa-san and Matsu's troubles have been resolved to his satisfaction. For the time being, yes. The Celestial Isles? Would that I could have been there to walk amidst such verdant beauty. I dare say I'm green with envy. Your Agasador friend sounds like he made for fine company too. To brave mysterious wallet in search of fish for your beloved. The sticks turned out to be far harder than I realized. In any event, while any obligation to Matsu has arguably been met, I encourage you to aid him in his quest for new and exciting fish. Who knows what thousand specimens are yet waiting to be discovered in the waters of Honolulu Island. Oh, and if you can spare a moment for Osman, you will doubtless be eager to hear all about your experience as well. Cheers to an odd job well done. Okay, let's see what's available here. Let's see. Oh, that's a cute little hat. That could be dyed. What is dyeable on him? The shoe itself is dyeable, okay. That was the second jaw here. Looks like the strap there. The second channel is not that much. Okay. Oh, I wasn't even looking. Let's see, so we got some cosmetic wings. Could this be what I'm looking for? The golden and braid. I wonder if that might be the hairstyle I'm looking for. Let me take a quick look real fast. No, it's not. That's not what I'm looking for. It looks like Lon Breda's hairstyle, though. Yeah, it looks like the hairstyle that Lon Breda uses. The heck is this? Okay, what was available on the other ones? Oh, that looks comfy. That looks very comfy. Oh, I like that. I like that, but I don't see myself wearing it for this character. Oh, that also looks comfy. And then for the other one, it was a Men in Black outfit, I think. Yeah. What was that on Silver Exchange? Well, let's just... I'm just gonna skip through this so that we can get the harder ones unlocked. Because that's what this guy does, is he gets the harder variants unlocked. So I'm just gonna skip it. Same with this one. I wanted to enable some additional currencies. It did. What's available here? Materia, another amount. Or materia, another amount. Nothing new, huh? No additional variant tension? What? That has to be just a coincidence with the name of those stuff. Okay, so when is what's the merch of soul coming out? Is that the next batch then? Okay, yeah, that's the next one, and okay. That's the next patch, okay. Hello,
Everyone,
Drago.
it seems we agree the conductor must have a drink.
Thank you for the hydrate. Unfortunately, I wouldn't be calling it a night early tonight. But I do thank you for dropping by at least. You could catch the entire stream by watching the VOD on YouTube or Rumble. But yeah, I got tonight's main goals done. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Drago. If you didn't want to watch, yeah, as I said, VOD on YouTube and Rumble. Yeah, and for anyone that is just coming in, I do want to apologize because I'm not going to be on much longer tonight. Looks like I got your picket punch. Awesome. How did you get a nice new weapon here tonight? A nice new weapon. So I'm actually quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with that. Let's also get into more appropriate attire. There we go. Well, anyways, the Kava said, chat. I'm gonna be calling in night. I hope you all have had a good night with us here on Express. Oh, hello, Meryl. Unfortunately, we're ending now. If you want to watch the VOD, feel free to go over to YouTube or Rumble. You can catch the entire thing there. But yeah, like I said, chat, I do hope that you all have had a good night with us tonight. I'm calling it early. I'm not sure when I'll be live next, but before we do get off, I do want you guys to give me your opinions on the question that I stated earlier. Because of my GPU not having enough resources, I can't do like the more intensive games like Diablo 4, for example. At least at the full setup, that is. So I am considering doing a gender bend of the character. So yeah, I'm considering doing a gender bend of Savy. Because as I was doing Diablo 4 the past couple of days, I honestly miss being able to talk while streaming. And yeah, interacting through the text is all good and all, but I had to stop what I'm doing and then type. And that just like hurts the flow in my opinion. But anyways, I would like to know what you guys think on having a gender bend Savy that's gonna be present on for the games that I can't do the full setup with. This means that it will be a male version of the character. So a male version of the character with my actual voice and such. For those of you that have been watching for a long time, you guys already know I'm using a voice changer. Like I don't make any secret of that. Well, I do want to get your guys' opinion though on doing that. So for those watching on YouTube and Rumble, leave a comment down below. I'm gonna be putting this question on the Discord as well after stream. But in the meantime, just think on it. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming here. I hope to see you on our next stream. I'm not sure which day it's gonna be just yet. I'm thinking maybe Thursday. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe Thursday, so I'm taking tomorrow off. But yeah, I'll see you all on Thursday. We'll probably be doing some more Diablo. Oh yeah, in the meantime, thank you for riding here on the Express with us here tonight. I'm Savy, the conductor of this lovely train. Thank you all for riding and have a great night, everyone.
Hear the whistle in the distance, hear the rails begin to hum. A lantern cuts the midnight where the storytellers come. Cold press sharp by shining bright beneath the station light. She tips her hat and calls the roll. Adventure leaves tonight. Ooh, tickets stamped in starlight. Clocks obey her hand. Every stop's a promise in a far-off land. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rail, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. From laughter in the lounge car to the quiet after dark. Stories spark like engine flames, a signal in the arc. Gamers, dreamers, night shift souls all gather round the line. She keeps the train on schedule, but she bends the space of time. Steel and steam and silver bells, the rhythm never strays. Every mile of memory, every stop ablaze. All aboard the Artist Express, where the fire burns warm and the brakes fearless. Conductor Savy's at the helm, steady and true. From the first, welcome passengers to the final view. Ride the rails, forget the rest. Trust the journey, trust the best. All aboard the Artist Express. When the world feels off the rails, when the signals all go red, she'll guide you through the switchyard of the things you never said. With a smile and a steady hand, she calls the night to heal, turning chaos into cadence, making moments feel real. Choo choo, hear the heartbeat pound. Choo choo, feel that gathered sound. Steel on steel and voices blend. Every ride feels like a friend. All aboard the Artist Express. Past the doubt, past the stress. Conductor Savy leads the way. Another journey, another day. When the lights go low, the chat's a mess. You'll still find home on the Artist Express. So mind the gap and hold on tight. The rails fade out into the night. Same time, same track, don't be late. The conductor's calling, next stop, fate.